hosting our guest, Ms. Eunice Nuna, the founder and CEO of Wounded Healers Foundation. Welcome, Mrs. Nuna.
Thank you.
Kindly share with us your ordeal briefly.
My name is Eunice Nuna, and I am a survivor of sexual violence. And it happened when I was only 18 years old. Yeah, and it has been a journey for me and I believe, for many other people.
Okay. Ms. Nuna, how did you seek help after going through the ordeal, the sexual violence?
I would say that seeking help sometimes was a little difficult because of the society that we are living in. And it was so difficult for me to tell anyone, apart from a few people who were so close to me. And I wouldn't say that I was able to seek help. Like, I was so determined to suppress the pain and just move like a normal person and to work like just another person, because I was sure it is only me who knows. So I would have lived with it until when I first shared with the person that gave me a job, a manual job. And after telling him, he realized that he was a man, and he realized that I really needed help. Yeah, and they started talking to me casually, and I think that is the time that I also realized that I needed help. Yeah.
Great. Now, after going through the ordeal and getting your child at 18 years old, what goes through your mind when you see that child?
My baby is a blessing. He's my everything right now. And it takes a lot of courage to raise a child. It doesn't matter how you get a child, but at a young age, I believe, even if it's a boyfriend or even if you've been lied to in school, it's a difficult journey for anyone, any girl, young mother, to raise a child. But eventually you realize that a child is a blessing, and he has nothing to do with anything that happened to me. And whenever I see my baby, he gives me more motivation to talk about myself and to talk about the healing journey that I am in, and to heal so many other girls. So my child is just a reminder of the work that I need to do in this world.
That's impressive. Now, being a victim of sexual violence, you must have gone through stigma from people, from yourself. Now, how did you deal with self-stigma?
Okay, self-stigma to me was way back. Like, when it happened, as I said, I didn't realize that I needed help. I didn't tell anyone. And what was going through me is wondering, what will I say? The fact that I have a child at a young age. Our society want to know where is the father of the child, and those are the questions that I didn't want to be asked, because by then I was young and I was only living with my sister, and we were not doing so well. So I was going through a lot of challenges, because I was seeing that I'm becoming a burden to my sister, that I just finished school, now I have a child, and my sister didn't have a child, and now my sister is expected to provide for me and to provide to a child that she's not involved in the way that the child came. So I suffered a lot inside. Not that I realized it is stigma, but I was suffering because I was seeing the problem that I'm causing my sister, and the problem that I'm going to cause the child, because I was not even able to raise my own food. So raising for the child was difficult.
Okay, so we could say that dealing with self-stigma, your sister was there to help?
Oh yes, my sister came through. My sister is, I think, in my life right now, and what I've learned in my life, when you have a problem, it's easy for you to tell who is there for you and who is just a friend. Like, you are able to differentiate. And my sister came in when I didn't tell her what happened to me. She didn't know. She just knew I'm pregnant. But she just came through, and she really, really supported me, and I owe her my life.
That is impressive. And a big hands up to your sister. Now, you've been sharing your story to people, forums, and getting to a point of even having to form your foundation, the Wounded Healers Foundation.
Mm.
Now, can you tell us what actually motivates you to share your story?
Okay, one day I was working in an organization that was doing different things, that was doing safe injection for people who use drugs. And when I was there, every time, instead of doing what the job description was, I always found myself in the midst of women who are using drugs. And I found myself every time, I want to tell them what I've been through as a way of encouraging them. Like it doesn't matter it doesn't matter their addiction, they can make it. So in that organization, which was a good organization, I always made groups, and I was feeling so good every time I told them about myself, because outward I didn't look like what was going through inside. So every time I told a woman or a group of people what I have been through, I would find a new person come to tell me that they have been raped, they are survivors of sexual violence, this and this happened to them. And I realized by sharing myself, by giving out myself, I'm helping so many people. So I made a decision. The passion was too much, the dream was coming clear, and I made a decision in my life that I will tell people about myself. And for sure, whenever I go and tell people about myself and what I've been through, I never miss one person that come and tell me, oh, this happened to me. So that one makes me more motivated and know that people are hurting, but they do not know, they don't have courage that I do to seek help. So I give myself out to sharing myself. If sharing about myself is what is going to make people heal and come to me, I gave my life out to sharing my story and healing the wounded, because I believe so many people are hurting and they do not know how to get help. Yeah.
That's great. Now, being a victim of sexual violence and having a child at that tender age, what was the response from the family and relatives maybe after you disclosed what you went through?
I would say for sure that I didn't disclose what I was going through to my family, and my family know that I'm this passionate girl who is doing this work for sexual violence, but it's only my sister, a few people who didn't know what happened to me, because, as I said, when I was suffering so much, I'm the last born of a family of 12. And when I was going through so much, they were not present. So it is only my sister, that one sister, who came through, and I didn't find it any importance of me going to tell them this and this happened to me, because I was so much afraid of rejection, and I didn't want my family to start classifying my child in a different category. So honestly, I didn't share with my family, but the few people and friends that I told, they really received me, and they helped me to heal. And I am only here because of the friends that I have, because they keep motivating me, telling me that what I am doing is even more powerful than what I've been through.
Interesting. So, you formed the Wounded Healers Foundation and you have programs for it. What transformational change can you share after now openly sharing your story to people you've interacted with of being a victim of sexual violence?
One of my biggest transformational changes that I'm never scared, and it has created a lot of confidence in me. And I honestly don't mind what people say about me or which class you want to classify me to. That's not none of my business. And the confidence that I've been able to have made me transform so many other lives. As we speak now, I have been able through sharing. I just started my foundation 2018 April, and I have been able to reach to 26 survivors of sexual violence in the program that I'm running. And we have amazing program, and I have seen the transformation of the girls who come in, because one of the things that I want is to form a leadership to form a community that is led by survivors of sexual violence, that they can be able to champion and advocate for sexual violence in our country. So I have seen very broken people come to me, not knowing even how to put words to their pain. And I have been able to mentor them, to help them, and they are in a position that they can talk about themselves. One of the key things that I keep telling them that we have to feel dignity and we have to tell our stories with dignity. So I have been able to to mentor my girls and to teach them how to tell their story with dignity, and so that we are able to reach many, many more people who are suffering. And for sure, I've seen a lot of transformation, because the girl who came last year, June, could not look at me, could not even talk about themselves, and they are taking the lead in organizing my program, in organizing support group for others, in leading one or two things. And that for me is a big transformation, which I'm so happy about.
That is great for the community that you're doing. Now, maybe the last one. What will be your key message to young people who've gone through the same ordeal?
I would say that if you've gone through sexual violence, whichever kind, because there are so many, I want you to know that you're not alone. And it feels sometimes like you're alone, because sexual violence is a shameful thing to talk about, and no one who wants to talk about it, because our society, the community that we are living in, is very, very judgmental. And whenever you want to go and say that I was raped, the first question the community will ask, how are you dressed? Where are you? You took ourselves. All this, I call them nonsense. But if it has happened to you, and maybe you've reported, and maybe no one believed in you, I want you to know that I believe in you. And I am so much willing to help you, because I have been through it and I know how it feels. And I have seen people thrive from the pain. I've seen people, very successful people, who have turned their pain to passion. And I want you to know that we're so open for you. And I'm so open for any survivor of sexual violence to work with you, to help you heal, and to watch the journey of your life transforming.
It has been interesting listening to you, and we're wishing you all the best in all your programs.
Thank you so much.